Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. Something different again for me today. Bigger scale than normal. This is Aliens vs Predator, the video game by Atari, I think. Dutch and Linn figures by Neca. Though this may be a knockoff, I'm not entirely sure if I'm honest. I loved this game as a kid, so I bought these. I did review Machiko from Dark Horse Comics, which is another human character from the Predator universe, and I said she was from the game. She's not, it was Linn I was thinking of, and I'll compare her to these two in a little while. So having a look at the box now, it's obviously a double figure set. They do look really nice in the box. Now the only thing that's worrying me at the moment is it appears that maybe the arms don't have elbow bends, which would be a big disappointment. There is waist articulation, there is hips, heads. The mechanical arm, robotic arm, does have elbow articulation. Maybe the fingers do too, I'm not sure. It does look pretty damn good. Got the pistol, two spare hands, one for robot hand, one for Linn. You got the blast effect, and you got the sword. On the back it says, terror grips the city of Sandrad as it is overwhelmed by a mysterious outbreak of aliens. The cybernetically enhanced Major Dutch Schaefer and Lieutenant Linn Kurosawa of the USCMC are surrounded by a swarm of xenomorph drones when a pair of unlikely allies, predators, appear and offer a temporary alliance. Now it's a battle to the end then. All as human and predators join forces against unyielding waves of deadly xenomorphs. Looks quite cool on the back. Shows you some poses. It's really great the way they look like the characters on the sides. Just a picture of them together, and then a predator on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna crack this open and have a look at what they're like. I paid how much? 260 RMB for this, which is not a huge amount of money. So that's why I think maybe it's knockoff. I don't know, but let me get this open and see. Where's the easiest way to open it from? I think maybe the top. Yeah. Okay, let's get that tape up. Okay, nice. There's a really nice little insert here as well, which is just like the video game that does come out. We'll use that for posing later. For a diorama. Sorry I put that down there. They do look nice. It does look like there is actually an elbow bend perhaps on the characters. I'll see in a moment. Okay, let's get the accessories out first. So first, the blast effect. Yeah, that's substantial. That's nice. The sword is taped. The sword is taped down, so let's get that. There we go. Tape off. Yeah, quite sturdy, a bit sticky from the tape, and it's straight, which is nice. Be nice if that was, I guess, a bit more metallic, but that's cool. The spare robotic hand. There is, or there appears to be, alright, there does appear to be some thumb articulation, but I am going to definitely heat that up before I try and force it. But that's a nice looking spare hand there. Then we have Linn's spare hand here. And we have the gun, the pistol here with a drilled barrel, which is nice. Okay, let's put it to the side and let's have a look at the figures. Let me put that tape on the box. Okay, both have got those wire ties on the back to keep them in place. Let me just undo these. Okay. This one's done. That one seems to be a lot tighter though. 2 more for her on her wrists here. They are in very securely, which is nice, but also if you want to get it out in a hurry like I do because you're making the video, it's a tad annoying. Okay, just one more to do on her now. They've really done hers much tighter than his. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's get him out first. Oh, I missed his feet one, unfortunately, and hers too. Never mind, that won't take long. Okay. So he is out. So long. And now she is out too. Okay, let's look at him first of all. Oh, he looks really, really nice. He's a big, chunky, heavy figure. Stands up straight away out of the box, which is nice. He does weigh a bit. This arm, you've got the wires, you can see here as well, and the colouring there of the red and the black and yellow stripes. The aesthetic is really, really, really good. Yeah, I'm not sure if there is articulation on that thumb. It looks like there might be, because there's a, show you on the spare hand, there is a hole here, and if you can see, there's a small line across the joint there, which would indicate that that is a joint, but it looks like it's painted shut, so I will be looking at that later and see if it is. Okay, so the aesthetic, really nice. I like the look, even down to the stubble on his face, slightly darker there. Very, very nice looking. Let's look at articulation. So I was worried about the elbows. I'll get to that in a second. Let's look at his head first. So he has a left and right. He has a small down, small up. He has a small side to side. Shoulder, yeah, he comes up a little bit. The robot arm, I don't know how that's going to work for shoulder articulation. Okay, it comes up a little bit as well, but it does get restricted by some of the plastic there. Elbow, he does have a bend, gets 90 degrees, which is a nice surprise because it was hidden away inside the box. Waist, he can turn slightly forward, slightly backwards. Elbow this side, he can go straight, he can come up a little bit, not a lot, which is a pity, but he does look fantastic. The cannon is there. I can put his blast, sorry, other way, There's blast effect in there, and it should look pretty cool if I get his arm at the right angle. Pretty fantastic. Hips, pretty impressive. To be fair, he does go pretty far down. I was not expecting that. Knees are a single knee joint, so there's not a lot of movement in there. Ankles, you can tippy toe. You can't quite do a Michael Jackson, but he goes quite far forwards. There's a swivel. The ankles do go side to side a little bit too. He is an awesome looking figure. Now on the box which I put down there, they get his arm a lot more out. Okay, so it does go up a lot more than I thought. And he does have wrist articulation here, and this one is a wrist turn. Yeah, he is awesome. I like him a lot. So this is the Dutch. Excuse me. He is a great looking figure. Let's see about swapping his hand. It should just be a pull out. Yeah. And then this one will go in. If you want the open hand, I'm sure that thumb is articulated because it does seem a bit loose, but I think I prefer the open hand to the closed one. I don't know if he can actually hold the gun with the way his hand is. He might be able to. Let's have a look. It's not really made for this gun, but he can hold it pretty damn good as well. He is a good figure. Even with this out, this is really quite heavy. He can still balance quite well. Not too loose on the joints at all. Yeah, he is good. Let's put him to the side. Okay, next we have Linn. Aesthetics. Well, her feet look huge. In fact, her feet look bigger than his. She's about a little bit shorter. The hair is gorgeous and it's articulated. So they've done a really good job on this hair here. Really, really nice. She looks great. So head should go side to side. You can articulate the hair as I said. Down and up. And she can go left and right a little bit too. Pretty good. Shoulders. I'm worried about this one because of that being in the way. But she goes up quite good. This one. That just really affects the articulation a lot on there, but it's not great. Elbows. There should be an elbow bend, but it's really quite difficult to see. Okay, there is a joint in there. There we go. The joint is very well hidden, so it's quite hard to see the elbow bend. So she gets a, you know, not a great angle, but it's okay. Wrists, she can go this way, I can see on the wrist. And down as well. Same with the other hand. I don't think he can. Okay, waist, she's got the turn. She can go forward and backwards a little bit too. Hips. Not as good as him, but okay. Knees. Yeah, it's not great on the knees. Again, it's the sculpt gets in the way. She stands up easy because his feet are so big. Ankles, goes down and up, side to side, and can turn. Looks almost like she's got clown shoes on there a little bit. Okay, get her legs straight. Okay, so I'll take the gun out of his hand since it's supposed to be hers. She has the holster for the gun, which is really, really nice. And see how that fits in. That fits in. Not great that way. Let's try the other side. It fits in, but it's not the best fits. It's a bit too tight, perhaps. Fits in better with the handle facing forwards. Okay, so let's see. Her sword will go in the sheath quite nicely. And that is really nice. It looks like it can go further than that. But the problem is it's just a bit loose, which would be a bit, you know, worried about losing that. I'm trying, it looks like that it can't go untitled, and the sword is attached to a belt which could come off, I'm assuming. Okay, how does she hold the sword and the guns? Let's have a look. So this sound would be for the sword, since it's got the sword grip in place. The other one should be for the gun, or maybe I'll swap our hands over. Let's get this in her hand first of all. Yeah, she holds that really, really well. The gun, she comes with a spare hand. Let's have a look how she holds this. With this hand, it's acceptable. It's not tight, but it's acceptable. Let's change the hand out. Except I'm changing the wrong hand. Because the spare hand is a right hand for the gun, which is interesting since you can't really hold the sword in a left. Well, not well anyway. Very loosely perhaps. So she seems, even though the sword would be a drawn, well, it's a right hand draw sword, everything's right hand. So without putting the hand on, this is really a much better gun hand, the spare hand, because it's got the position for it. It's really quite tight. It looks really, really good. But she can't hold both of things at the same time, at least not tightly. The sword, yes, but then the gun will be loose if it's in her left hand. She is a great figure too. They're both really, really nice. And despite the limited articulation they've got, I really like them, and they've got this real good video game aesthetics. The armour on her just looks like almost pixelated, like a video game. So it's really, really nice. Yeah, she can't really hold this well in the left hand. She can, but it's not great. But she is a great looking figure. Really, really nice. Okay, how do these compare to Machiko, who I have reviewed previously? Let's put Machiko in the center. Okay, this is Machiko. Machiko is a little bit shorter than both, perhaps. Let's give Machiko her gun. She holds it left-handed. She's from the Dark Horse comics, I think. Machiko is great, but her ankles are very loose, so she likes to fall over after a while. And her gun just fell off, and I have to put that back on in a little while. Her shoulder cannon, sorry, which also has the mask, which I have attached to the wires now that I know where it goes. They look like a badass trio here. So, Dutch and Linn, really, really, really nice figures. I do like them a lot. Well done, Neca, on that. They do great, aesthetically very pleasing. Just a shame that the articulation isn't better. More elbow band, more on the shoulder would be good. But other than that, I can't complain. They are really aesthetically very, very nice. You can get some good action poses perhaps, but not as much or as dynamic as perhaps you'd like or want. Very, very nice figures. Maybe I'll get some more, or get some Neca aliens in the future, who will see. We will see. This is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more awesome action videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting. Bye-bye.